Hey there. This is Jacob's channel, Job chapter 2. If you haven't listened to Job 1, I encourage you to jump back and listen to it, catch up, and we're going to read Job chapter 2 and discuss it. So going back into Job 1 a little bit, we got to hear about Job and his family and the whole dialogue between Satan and God, and God's allowing of Satan to hurt the flocks and the servants of Job. And Job's response, what was it? It was worship. And Job fell on the ground and praised the name of the Lord. And that's the response that Job had. Going into chapter 2, here we go. It's called Job's second test. On another day, the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came with them to present himself before him. And the Lord said to Satan, "Where have you come from?" That's the typical response of God every time he meets Satan so far in Job. "Where have you come from?" the Lord says. Satan answered the Lord, "From roaming through the earth and going back and forth in it." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil. And he still maintains his integrity, though you incited me against him to ruin him without any reason." "Skin for skin," Satan replied. "A man will give all he has for his own life. But stretch out your hand and strike his flesh and bones, and he will surely curse you to your face." You see here the heart of Satan. He doesn't care who it is or what it is. He wants to hurt, and he wants to destroy, and he wants to cause pain and affliction. That is all Satan wants to do: steal, kill, and destroy. And that's what Satan is doing in this case, and this is in this instance in Job's life. And this is the Lord's response to Satan. The Lord said to Satan, verse 6, "Very well then, he is in your hands, but you must spare his life." So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord and afflicted Job with painful sores from the soles of his feet to the top of his head. We don't know what those sores are, but it's obviously not very enjoyable. Then Job took a piece of broken pottery and scraped himself with it as he sat among the ashes. Why would that be written in the Bible? Why would that be a note? I think that's included here in chapter 2. I think it goes to show the distress and the complete agony that Job is under. His wife said to him, "Are you still holding on to your integrity? Curse God and die." That's not the response we'd like to hear from women. And that's what is said here by Job's wife. He replied, "You are talking like a foolish woman. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" In all this, Job did not sin in what he said. So Job rebukes his wife, the one close relationship he has on earth, and the mother of his children. And that was her advice, and was getting him to break from holding on to his integrity in his relationship with the Lord. And it's a beautiful example of Job not sinning in what he said. Just ask you a challenging question. Could you do that? Would you hold on to your integrity? Would you not curse God? Would you give in to the easy cop-out of cursing God and dying? Notice how to get to Job, God went through the woman, just like Adam and Eve in the garden, and just like Samson and Delilah. Satan most of the time goes straight to the man through the woman, in a lot of cases in the Bible, and that's something for another case study we could have, but it's something to take note of. It's very important. So men, be on your guard. Verse 11, Job's three friends, and then Job's friends show up on the scene. When Job's three friends, Eliphaz, the Temanite, Bildad, the Shuhite, and Zophar, the Naamathite, heard about all the troubles that had come upon him, they set out from their homes and met together by agreement to go and sympathize with him and comfort him. Sounds good. It's what anyone should do if you have a close friend. When they saw him from a distance, they could hardly recognize him. They began to weep aloud, and they tore their robes and sprinkled dust on their heads. Sounds like a real sympathetic response. Sounds like these guys aren't faking it. Then they sat on the ground with him for 7 days and 7 nights. No one said a word to him because they saw how great his suffering was. There's something to be said. Sometimes we just need to be with people to comfort them and to shut your mouth and just be with people. I know I've seen that in a lot of instances. So anyway, that's Job chapter 2. We will continue on this story. This is a wonderful book of the Bible. Incredible saga. Here we go.